not a vampire, not an alien. I'm not the fucking mummy, I'm a goblin.
Greetings and welcome to the Twisted franchise. Oh, this is gonna be great. I hope they get lots of new seasons, because Peacock is like, you know what? Here is Twisted Metal from the makers of Deadpool and Zombieland, who are two of my favorite things. Zombieland is not my favorite thing, but Deadpool certainly is, and I loved it. It's like Deadpool, great on, wonderful, good humor, and very dark. That's what I like, that's what I really like. I fucking like it. We need to be twisted. We need twisted in our life. So yeah, it's like, I have a few, where I got my name from, Twisted Goblin. One of the reasons I really chose Twisted as a permanent name for my channel, and also my permanent brand, the Twisted Goblin. There isn't a band called Twisted. There is Twisted as in general, because I am. And then there is Twisted Metal, and I love it. Sure, I didn't play too much of Twisted Metal, but I love the lore. I love listening to it. I love it, man! And then Sweet Tooth, I played him in PlayStation All-Stars, wherever. I played hundreds of hours of that fucking game. And Sweet Tooth was my main on that. Also, he's a little bit twisted. There is Sweet Tooth, who is a cool fucking clown character. It also has flames on his head, what he does at the end of the series. So it's cool. And we got John Doe. John Doe is very I'm like, okay, we got this actor as the main character. Am I gonna love this? Am I really gonna love somebody? And then he also gets Quiet, who she is very quiet at first, but then she starts talking. First it's like, oh, she cannot talk. But then they come to Sweet Tooth, and Sweet Tooth has a Las Vegas, baby! Is the first thing to go, so Las Vegas is their fucking but there is Sweet Tooth is there, and he's a little bit of psycho. He loves the show, he wants to perform, he does it for John Doe and Quiet, but both of them are like trying to, mess up, like, oh yes, and it's like, oh yes, I'm gonna get this show on the road. That's what you're saying, right? It's like, I'm my first fans. He goes on the show. There is also this, about this part, there is a corporation. And this whole corporation has this big, giant event going on. This corporation has a... what was I saying? Something about corporation. Why do I say corporation? But wait. Fuck. I forgot what I'm saying. Oh my god, I'm so twisted. What am I saying, man? Okay. Get back. Okay, let's... I forgot it for the moment I said it. That fucking sucks. So we got John Doe, Las Vegas. He goes to get the thing. Oh, now okay. We got this whole organization of cops. No, that was what I tried to say. Like lots of cops, but there is this main cop. It's like actually cop, and he is also from the games. And this cop is really fucking awesome. This cop is very much like, he was a mall cop, but everybody laughed at him. Laughing. He doesn't like that, so he went a bit nuts after the world ended, because the world ended. I did not tell you, it's very much Mad Max apocalypse going on. So everything got destroyed, everything is blown, everything is just... So everybody is kind of thinking, it's been 20 years around thing, because that's what we got from John Doe. It's been 20 years that he lost his memories. So it's been a while that the memories got lost. Very much like a long fucking while. It's goes wild, baby. So, yes, it's very much wild, it's very much thing, and John Doe is the milkman. He goes a little bit there, he goes a little bit there, gets package here and there, but then he gets to this woman, kind of witch. This woman wants him to, like, I'm gonna give you a good life, welcome to San Francisco, here's a beautiful life, I can give you a good life here. All you have to do is get this package to Apocalypse. or I don't remember, but took some end of the world name thing. He's like the main guy in the games that does the tournament, or like a tournament of just shooting each other, surviving the shooting. So that's it. And John Doe is also we see first him trying to get in the malls, like giving names because he's alone. Then Quiet comes in. Her brother dies by the cop, and the cop is like the main fucking villain of this season. The cop is the main villain, and John Doe tries to get to this cop. Is a little bit in the way here and there. They almost got killed. And Sweet Tooth also is on the way, kind of saves a bunch of people, not intended to do, but he's like, I need to get here. So he goes nuts with it, finds out, oh, everybody likes his show. They like his show, man. They like when he saved them. So he's like, I got fans! I got fans now. So he they're like, okay, you have to carpool. This guy, this a bit fat guy, kind of thing. The big guy, the tall one, he can be my thing. The rest of you have to carpool. So that guy is also like somebody that has to do it. He has a friend that was better cop. He tried to be the cop, but he was bad at it. John Doe came in the thing. He saved John Doe, but they left him behind. So he kind of got into the Sweet Tooth's whole terrain. He became a fan, but also find out that Sweet Tooth is more psychopathic than he already thought. We find out Sweet Tooth just killed, was like on the show on Kid Star. He was like one of the Kid Star, and he finds out that somebody else is gonna take over his show, and Doc. So like Billy and this show is like, what? No, I'm the star. I'm the star of this show. So he kills the dog. He kills his co-star and dog. John Wick would not be happy, but you know. Sweet Tooth, kind of thing. Then he went to an asylum, find a friend. That friend was, all that's over. It wasn't back or something, and he's crazy, insane, and talks to the bag like he is still alive, like he's not a pile of whatever that's in there still from that kind. And he's like, okay, this is like my only friend, my only thing. He kind of snaps really hard, and. He saves, he's like, that is his also. We also find John Doe, he has no idea who he is, and he tries to find him. We also know that Quiet had a history with her brother going to this market, thing. Well, had an opportunity to go. They had an opportunity 4 years of this, and they are out. They can live their life to its fullest. They don't have to work. Ends up there was a trick, and they became enslaved. They got enslaved to doing some other people's thing, and you know they were very much like you're not there. And if they do wrong, their ear is off, and they get killed by the Grim Reapers or whatever. They have a hearse, a pink hearse, and I'm like, holy shit, that's a hearse. I like hearses, but why pink? That's just disintegrating a beautiful piece of art. Like black is a beautiful, dark colors is what you should do with a hearse, not pink. That's ugly. Oh god, that's ugly on a hearse. Anyway, so that's also how she got the car, because after that they got away of that. They killed the two, and they got the fuck out of there. Even though his brother's 1 year is off, they're still like, I'm not gonna go without you, let's go. So yeah, no, and that's how she got into the hearse, and then met John Doe. And they have a little time. They also had in the middle, they find the truckers, like cool, awesome trucker, as like a whole array of truckers. They always moving. They have this whole community in the trucks. What is awesome? It's like, oh yeah, no, there is the girl, there is that girl, there is the racer, then there's the girl with poison, very much poison, with flowers and everything. So, and then you get the girl that's safe. There's a lot of people from the games that is also, I feel, thing. And I'm like, this is awesome. This is great. There are, like I said, I'm not an extreme fan of the game. I know like 5 characters that I really, really know inside out. And Sweet Tooth was one, and they did justice for me. John Doe is also a thing, but I'm like, this also, and normally it's in tournaments, but you know we're working on that. So we get that the whole thing with the cops, a cop trying to get them. The cop, Sweet Tooth gets his eye out by the ending, and you know then they're trying something. The cop eventually dies. We're gonna get a little bit further. It's like the cop eventually dies after some chasing, after Sweet Tooth destroying most of his things again. The clown. It's this end area. It's this area what you see on Twisted Metal games, like this area, and there everybody's gonna fight, shooting at each other. They can't shoot. We find out, oh yeah, Sweet Tooth doesn't really care about sights. He just does bombs everywhere, and bang. And they all like start thinking, sure, Sweet Tooth has this line with John Doe when it's like, oh, I always knew you would make up with each other. But he still doesn't give a crap's ass about what side he is on. He just destroys it. The guy wanted to like, okay, I wanted to save you. I wanted to help you. He got his friends with Sweet Tooth, and now Sweet Tooth, you know, kind of is done scared. So look, there is no sides. There's only one me. So he betrays Sweet Tooth and gets out of the truck after, you know, almost killing him. But he kind of survives that. Then goes after the cop while John Doe and Quiet are out, and you know, and Sweet Tooth leaving a whole mess. So the trucks are out of the game because that thing. But you know, the main characters of that truck holds aside things. Those are still still alive. So then we got Sweet Tooth trying to gets to the car, tries to kill the cop. Not able to do it. He gets his eye out. And he falls off the truck. He falls off the truck. He's like, okay, I fall off the truck. That was not happy. He tries to get out of that, and then he got splashed by another truck. I'm like, holy shit, Sweet Tooth is not dead, right? He's not dead, right? You would not kill him off like that. He's not dead. He's not fucking dead. He's just got the thing. The kids, you know. The other two is like, you want to go check? You want to go check about I was like, I'm not going to check. So they go on in the end credit scene. They have like, oh, they're going to just sit here, relax on a thing. They have some sex dolls next to them. Then Sweet Tooth comes in, kills that one. The other guy that was already a fan is like, I'm still going to use you for something. And I'm like, oh shit. Well, that sucks for them. And also, yay, Sweet Tooth is still alive. This is like literally psychopath that keeps on coming back. Then John Doe goes in. After all that, he gets his happy ever after. He can live in this beautiful city, San Francisco. It's like, okay, now I can live my life, my beautiful life. He tries to do that for a month. Sure, he finds He finds Quiet, like a girlfriend almost. He gets like a small. It's like 10 days. It takes me like more than a fucking 4 months to get even 2 dates. And he is like, 10 days. Of course, you know, being in an end world, apocalypse world, where Mad Max style, everybody tries to kill everybody. You don't have that many choices to trust. And when you trust somebody, it's like, yeah. And also like you have more chemistry because you're fucking running over your life every side. So if you finally trust it, it's like, yeah, I kind of get it. It's like, you know, everything is saying your hormones are going wild already with what everything has happened, and then you have this beautiful girl at your side or a beautiful man for her. It's like, yeah, it's like, and then they're having sex in the ball pit twice. They have sex twice in the ball pit. Because that's not. I feel like that's a little bit weird to doing this. Like the kids have been there, but also, yeah, I don't think that any porno has ever done that. So good for you. And after that, they go to something. They find other milkman. They find down the package that he finally found with Apocalypse or Eclipso. Like they find the package, get that pack. It ended up being ice cream, but very much worth it. So everybody tries to do other milkman, trying to get it. delivery people tried to get it, so they had a little bit of cover with Bloody Mary, but some other characters from the game. I think there's also like there could be more versions of the same guy. He delivered that ice. Quiet Skeleton delivered that ice. It's like he didn't know that was just ice cream. It was just ice cream. He didn't know that, but she wanted to do that. She wanted to test him out that Calypso is able to be trusted. That John Doe is able to be trusted. So now that she lets him a little bit live and a little bit do, that doesn't work out because he wants to go to Quiet. He finds he doesn't want to be alone. He wants to be with Quiet because he is in love. He starts to get really in love. While Quiet in that month has given to the poor, given to the people. From other deliverers, so she's literally getting half of everything to give to the poor, and because of that, there is also then she finds her way to Dollface, and that's like my second favorite character of but they don't do her justice because she has so cool suit. But apparently that's now the sister of thing. I hope they still have her because. Even though it's her sister, it's like you can still have like the model face going on. You can have the suit going on that she normally has. I hope she does that, and that she has still gonna have that history of her everything. That she's not gonna be just like the sister of John Doe, because Dollface is her history being the supermodel, how toxic the supermodel world is, how much they can face, and when it's a little bit ruined, it ruins her whole life, and she doesn't care. It's like she has this Dollface mask on because she feels her face whole ruined. That's like something so fun. She has all the Dollface, so it could be like this. Her sister is just one of the Dollfaces, but the main one, the actually Dollface, is somebody else. Could also be, and also could be like multiple people have the Dollface on someone, because Twisted Metal is so good. So I give this one a solid Omega. I think it's better than Mandalorian season 3. It's better than the Obi-Wan series. It's better than the WandaVision, what I actually really liked. Marvel cannot complain. I think it's better than any Marvel movie. When it comes to game movies, it's better than Sonic, but that's my personal opinion because I love Sonic. It's really funny, but I love the more darker, grittier series, and this one is one of those. And I'm maybe not a hardcore fan of Twisted Metal the games, but I liked it when I was growing up. A few times that I played it. I didn't play it always because I had like this other game that also was a bit of like Twisted Metal. But when I played it, I always wanted to be Sweet Tooth. Sweet Tooth was my main character, and Dollface. But I felt but I hope also like what I hope is, because now it's like became that the next season is going to be in tournament, like tournament that everybody's will be complaining about. After seeing Twisted Metal, it's like, oh, why is there no tournament? Some people will like, I stopped watching because there's no tournament. Yeah, it's gonna be a tournament. You have to build your way up, and I'm glad they're doing that. I want 5 seasons or 6 seasons of this. I will want people to return from the dead, because those happen. Like, Calypso in the games has like, I'm gonna very much spoil maybe the future of this thing, but Calypso has power, like devilish power and demon kind of thing. He can make your wishes come true, but in a twisted way, because everybody that gets their wish was always like the ending, because I played my Sweet Tooth and you had to like this ending, but it always didn't go well. It's like Black Mirror. It's like you wish for something, it's not gonna end well. I think that's like the thing of Calypso that you get most of the time. There's not many good endings when you win the tournament. And I hope they do this, because I love those twisted endings that you get. I was always blown away when I actually had those endings coming. It's like, holy shit. And then there's also this end boss things that you had, I think in Twisted Metal Black. I'm not sure about that, because it's been a while and they mixed them a bit together when I played it. But like Twisted Metal Black had like Dollface in a mega thing. We got We had like Sweet Tooth's whole thing, like this whole area, this whole machine that was like million times bigger than you, and you had to like try to go from left to right. I hope this gets to, and that they get people to, not now, right now. Next one is the tournament. After the tournament, I want this like big giant machines. I want this mega doll face thing. I want this to go nuts. I want after the tournament people coming back from the dead even, and we get that, and we see that like I want to go really twisted with the metal, because it's twisted metal. Let's go really twisted, because I love that kind of thing about things like bigger than life, making this, because this is the beginning, you know, this is building up, and the next one is the tournament, and after that we need to go bigger. I want 6 seasons of this, and how you do 6 seasons of this is going nuts. And I think if they let really go very well, this can be really good. This can be beautiful done if they continue to do so as nuts as the games has been in few times. And I hope they do this, because Sweet Tooth is already crazy. He does this fire thing. It's just been grounded right now, but I feel like you can build up. I mean, you see Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. was just a spy series, but later in again it became nuts. Like they had humans, and they had time travel, and they had LMDs. They had like things that went nuts from when that's the normal spy thing. They went their own way. Ghost Strike, magic. They went nuts. And I like nuts. I want nuts, man. I want twisted. I want twisted metal to be really twisted. I want some more metal music also. But I want to see Iron Maiden. And I don't mean the fucking group Iron Maiden. Also, the group music would be nice. But I want to see Iron Maiden dolls, mega suit, or how you call the mega thing. I want to see that. I want to see Iron Maiden for fucking real. I want to see this. Sure, some people don't like it because that boss level was super long, but I'm like, that's so amazing to see. It's so amazing to watch those thing. I want to see this in this fucking series. I want this huge, man. So yeah, that's my opinion about Twisted Metal, what I think of it, what I want from it. I want Peacock to go really nuts, and so far I'm already like liking it. But this is my personal opinion. People have other opinions. They're wrong when it comes to like this is a disappointment. This is the. It's like that Resident Evil thing. I loved Resident Evil, the movies, the original movies. It's like they went nuts. They really went go crazy with it. And I liked it. And yes, it was a new character, and so is Twisted Metal has John Doe, who is actually in character, but it's not. It doesn't look like a thing, and it has Roadkill as their car. So it's like they don't have actually thing, but it's kind of a new character, John Doe's whole thing. So I'm like, okay, let's go. We did that with Alice, and I think Resident Evil did well. I want like Resident Evil did so perfectly. With the tab, but that's my personal opinion, and I'm not. And I like the Resident Evil games, but I also like the movies, and I feel like Twisted Metal is gonna be it's the same boat. It's gonna be great, but the hardcore people that are always gonna find something wrong with it. It's like, oh, I like this, but the rest of this thing is like Sweet Tooth looks perfect on, just like Wesker in that, but doesn't make it great. This is trash. Like, people are always gonna trash things, and I think this doesn't deserve any trash. This is beautiful done, great done, very much good. I was like, I would very highly recommend watching this. It's a perfect series of from a game to a series. I think they did better than what was it again? The Last of Us. I think The Last of Us is like meh. Min-tier, it's not that good, but I also didn't like the game that much, so so yeah, The Last of Us. I think Twisted Metal is much better, better in from game to series. So yes, this is my top tier favorite TV series that comes from game. It's one of the top, even in the series itself. That's just my personal opinion, of course. We all have opinions. We all are things like you could be wrong and think that's like thing, but I don't think you're wrong for that. You know, I just think That's that people are gonna say that. There are people that's gonna say it's like you're wrong for this opinion. It's like you can but I get a lot with hate for loving Resident Evil so much. It's like I love Resident Evil so much. They're like, no, that's trash. They're gonna ram your thing, even though they think that Resident Evil game is bad. That Resident Evil game is bad. The reboot version of Resident Evil is not Resident. They're always gonna have opinions, man. They're always gonna be loud. Hatred is always gonna be louder. But I tell you, Twisted Metal is so worth watching. Twisted Metal is so good. You just have to learn to enjoy stuff. And if you don't, then don't enjoy it. Then go watch something else, because this one I think is perfection, and that's just my personal opinion, of course. But I hope you enjoyed it. 25 minutes already long enough. So goodbye, good night.
Then the days got worse and worse, and now you see I've gone completely out of my mind.